Welcome. So I want to just record a short video to help you correctly price your Amazon FBA private label products. Now, as I said, this will only work if it's private label. And what private label means is that you are the only person selling the product. If you're competing with other people for the buy box, like with retail arbitrage or with wholesale and all these other models, which do have a place, you won't be able to apply this really properly. Not the way I want anyway, because often it comes down to the penny or the cent. Like literally, it's that competitive. Whereas in this case, we can actually price the product ourselves at the price we want to sell at. Because ultimately, as private label retailers, we are the brand. We control it. Like if Apple want to sell a new MacBook, they pick the price, right? And I can guarantee you they're picking a higher price than if they were competing with other people for the MacBook place. Do you catch my drift? So the first thing I want to say is we need to compare with what's going on in the market. So go into the marketplace by typing in the key search term. So this means, like, for example, if I was selling, here's a mobile phone holder, right? So if I was selling this product, I would type in a desk phone holder. I think that'd probably be a good description of what this product is, because I typed in, for example, car phone holder, probably wouldn't be right. Whereas desk phone holder, I'm probably going to find similar items to this, or people or things that do a similar function. And what I want to do is I want to have a look at what everyone else is selling their product at, right? So we ideally don't want to be the cheapest in the marketplace or the lowest price, because there's no distinctive advantage in a race to the bottom, and there's certainly no advantage in being the second most competitively priced. If anything, I'd like to be at the higher end of the market, particularly if the market can carry a higher price. But anyway, we have a look at the prices, right? We want to figure out where our offerings are going to come into it. And the way we do that is, first of all, understanding what are we offering compared to these other offers. So, are we comparing like with like? So is it the same product, right? If we can say it's the same product, okay, that's one thing to bear in mind. If, for example, we are offering bonus items, like do those bonus items bonus items mean that people would be willing to pay a higher price? If so, that's a little plus towards a higher price. What is the fulfillment like? So is it FBM we're looking at, or is it an FBA offering? So I recommend always to sell FBA, because that just higher conversion rates. It's better for the consumer. It's better for us as the seller. So that's really what I always work towards. But if we're looking at an FBM offering and we're coming in as FBA, we can certainly charge more. So for example, there's a product we're launching in the next month or so. At the moment, all the competitors, and there's only really one, but maybe there's two, but they're FBM, which means that the merchant is fulfilling the order and slower shipping and all this kind of stuff, right? Now we're coming in with an improved product, so our product is actually better. It does the exact same thing, but it has a better finish, it has extras, just overall it's a nicer product. But we're also making ours FBA. So at the moment, the pricing in the marketplace is about £17.99 plus £2 shipping, right? So it's £19.99. Now we're coming in at the price point of $23.99 to maybe $25.99. We're not really sure yet where the market will kind of peak out, like how high we can go, right? So we're going to come in at those prices. And yes, they're higher than what is already there, but that product that's there at the moment is making over 1,000 sales a month. Like statistically, there's going to be a certain percentage of them, if all things were the same, that are going to buy ours because they get it quicker. But there's also going to be another percentage that are going to buy ours because ours is a better product in terms of finish and all that. So I believe enough of that market will sustain a higher price for our product and will be willing to pay it. But ultimately, the best way to find out is to actually test it, right? So that you really need to test it. Now, another thing that's worth bearing in mind is the listing itself in terms of the imagery. Like if the imagery on another listing is poor, and where ours comes across as perceived better value in terms of a better product because of better creative, I think that justifies a higher price as well. So ultimately, we're going for really good creative. So therefore, I think we could charge more. So once you've gone through all that for your product, you'll get an idea of where you feel the right price is. But ultimately, as I said, you still need to test, okay? Now, I don't like random prices, right? So for example, did you ever use the auto currency conversion on Amazon. I was going to say eBay there, but I don't know why. I don't really sell on eBay anymore. But do you ever use the auto currency conversion? That means, like, for example, we're selling the UK at 19.99 and we enable European fulfillment and the price is 22.57 or something like that. You do not want prices like that, right? Like, customers psychologically, right? There's a book there that'll explain it, but like psychologically, we don't like random prices. We prefer a round price. So if I'm to pick a price, it would be something like, for example, if it was around the £20 mark, it would be 19.57, 19.99, 20.50 maybe, but I don't really like that. 20.95. The next price would be 21.95, 22.95. Like, I wouldn't do £23. I wouldn't do £22. So 23.95, 24.95, and then it's just 95 up. That's the way I do it, or 97. I wouldn't pick 24 or 62. Don't do that. That will actually hurt conversion. It's actually sometimes better to increase the price but keep it at one of those nice endings than it is to decrease the price but keep it like just a bit of a mess, 3-2 or whatever. Don't do that. So really, I hope this gives you an idea. This is how I do my pricing. So I test, I compare myself with the market, and I try and get the highest price possible. I'm there to make the business money, and provide an exceptional experience for the customer, but I can't do that if I'm scrimping and I have a really small margin, and it just doesn't work. So I need to charge as much as I can to make as much profit as I can. That means that I'm happier, I'm able to reinvest in the business, able to reinvest in better creative, and it's just like a flywheel. It just improves, and the whole thing just lifts. Rising tide lifts all boats. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are interested in maybe working with me to build out your own Amazon business, you can. There's links in the bio on how we can work together. Otherwise, just please subscribe, like the video, and any questions down below in the comments. Really enjoyed making this, and yeah, keep up the good work.